Today's episode brought to you by Mazzo Media.
Today on Future Camera Guy, we talk about how to get the most stable shots even in the worst of circumstances. Hello and welcome to a very quick episode of Future Camera Guy, where we bring together cameras, camcorders, and the technology to share your memories all in one spot. I'm your host, Mateus Clement. So a lot of people come to me saying my shots aren't very steady and therefore blurry, and that can be quite the problem. Now, I'm going to work with the DSLR today because they have a tendency to be a little more heavy. If you check out another previous episode, you'll see how I kept stable shots using a monopod. Especially when it comes to the smaller point and shoot cameras, monopods are a great way to go to ensure that your camera stays nice and steady. Helps give some more weight and a more dead center approach. Now when it comes to DSLRs, there are a few tips that I like to share with people. First and foremost, if at all possible, try and get a lens with image stabilization. The image stabilization inside of lenses is so accurate and allows you to go down a few more stops, meaning that your shutter speed can be a little slower or your aperture can be a little larger. So image stabilizers in lenses, worth their weight in gold to make sure that you can get the shot that you need. Now, passing that, even in some circumstances, you have a hard time getting a stable shot. Well, once you've metered out your shot correctly and know that you're going to have to shoot at something like 1/30th of a second, what you can do is you can actually use the strap. What I like to do is I like to take the strap like this, and then I grab the strap, wrap it around once, and then hold the camera. What that does is it glues it right to my hand. Now I'll do that one more time. So you put your hand through the strap's underneath the camera on this side, up top there. You're going to grab the strap, wrap it around, and then grab the camera. Now ideally you do this a few times to ensure that what happens is when you go to grab the camera, it really sinks in against the camera. And then what happens is you're able to have the camera as part of your hand. Then from there, I like to grab the other side of the camera and hold that. Then from there, I have my elbows tucked in. Having sloppy elbows will lead to sloppy shots all over the place. So try and keep those elbows in. So one more time, strap, grab it, around and tight, grab the other end, and then hold your shot. And then putting it against your eye means that you're gonna have 3 points of contact to make sure that your camera stays nice and still. Now, there are some cameras that don't have an eyepiece. Don't worry, we can work around that. What I like to do is I like to take the strap and put it against the back of my neck and then push against the camera. This way, I can still look into the viewfinder. This is especially useful for video. And then what I can do is I can compose my shot or set up the scene, and then you can actually move with the shot. Now by pushing against the camera, what happens is you remove this kind of motion. But even more, you remove the sideways motion that's going to happen from wiggling. You control where the camera's going to go. And then the autofocus usually takes care of the rest. It's a very simple way to keep steady shots and ensure that you can get great shots and great video. So that's all I have for about quick, steady shots that you can do with your cameras. If you have any other suggestions or recommendations, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. And just a friendly reminder that I work on commission, so if you can let people know when you come into the store that Matt helped you when buying something, throws a few bucks of commission my way, and helps me to continue to produce these videos to help share our love of cameras and technology. And also feel free to subscribe to find out when new videos are coming out. Thanks.
Today's episode brought to you by Mazzo Media.